We detected an unusual trade worth $1.5 million on Bank of America stock, ticker symbol BAC. And what's also very unusual about this trade is that Bank of America reports earnings on January 16 in just 2 days. And so in this video, we will analyze this unusual option activity to find out if this wealthy investor is bullish and buying Bank of America stock before earnings or bearish and selling Bank of America stock before earnings. Because as we all know, the rich have more access to information, including leaked insider information, such as earnings reports, to make better financial decisions. No wonder the rich get richer. And so without further ado, let's dive into the data as usual. As we can see here on the options time and sales tape, 14,990 contracts were being traded for the February 7th options at the 50 strike calls and the 47 strike calls. We can see the price that was being traded at over here. And so we can do a quick calculation of the total trade cost where they paid $77 for the 47 strike calls and they sold the 50 strike calls for $17. And so each trade cost $60. And how many contracts were there? Well, not only the 14,000 contracts, because you can see here that actually multiple trades at about the same time for these 47 strike calls and 50 strike calls. And so when we take a deeper look at the option chain for these February 7th expiration cycle, we can see here that at the 47 strike calls, there was a total of 26,000 contracts at the volume being traded today, and also at the 50 strike calls as well. And both of these options are new opening trades since the open interest is much less. And so when we calculate the estimated trade cost of $60 per trade times 26,000 trades or contracts, we get a total trade cost of about $1.5 million. But keep in mind, because we have earnings coming up, this is a higher risk trade in comparison to the trades that we share on our website. If you are interested in lower risk, higher probability of profit trades, then make sure to go to our website. We'll put a link at the top here where you can gain access to better trade ideas that have a higher chance of profit. Because not all of these unusual trades will be profitable. Some of these will also be a loss. But as long as we diversify our portfolio with the stocks that wealthy investors are trading based on stronger data analysis, then we can become long-term profitable. Now, even though this is a higher risk trade, we still traded it. You can see our position over here. POS stands for position, green means buy, and red means sell, where we also bought the 47 strike calls and we sold the 50 strike calls for the $60 of debit as we had just calculated. And so when we analyze this trade, we can see here on the risk profile that this is a vertical call spread. And on this graph, the x-axis represents the share price of Bank of America stock. It is currently trading over here at about $45.89. And on the y-axis, we have the profit loss. Note the break even 0 point here. And so when the lines are below it, it is a negative loss. And so if the stock starts to trade lower, it becomes more negative loss. And if it trades higher, it becomes more positive gain, because this is a long bullish trade. And we can confirm this on the Greeks here. We have a positive delta trade. If it was a short bearish trade, it would be a negative delta. And so for whatever reason, this wealthy investor is going long bullish on Bank of America for earnings. But keep in mind the risk on this trade. You can see here a negative theta trade. It is also a positive vega trade, which is not very conducive for an earnings trade because after earnings, the volatility contracts. And so positive vega trades are typically not the best option strategy, but we still traded this because we do not have as much time to set up our own option strategy. We simply use position sizing to manage our risk. We spend most of our time analyzing the trades that we share on our website because we put a lot more capital in those trades that have a higher chance of profit. If you want to gain access to those, make sure to go to our website. We'll put a link over here. where we also share our option strategies that have less risk than these unusual options that we analyze. And if you only trade stocks, we also share stop losses that can also help reduce risk. Let us know in the comments below. Do you think Bank of America stock will go up after earnings, or do you think it will crash down? As usual, please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't, take care, and have a wonderful day.